All right, Coach. Big win over Utah Tech. Able to stay undefeated at home, stay on top of the conference standings. So talk about the game in general.
Yeah, was very proud of those young men to be able to accomplish that for the first time in our time here. As our first goal since the day I walked in the door was to go undefeated at home, and if you can do that, then you're typically going to be playing meaningful football in the month of November, and so again, it's very excited for each one of those young men to know that they've left their mark. Especially there was, I think, about Colt Cooper was here for 5 years, and I think there's 3 young men, or actually 4 young men that were in my first recruiting class, and then there are still 3 young men who transferred in as a part of our first recruiting class with Jed Castles and T.J. Marshall, and going blank on the third one there. I think it slipped my mind, but there's probably about 7 young men that have been here for 4 and 5 years, and just very excited. Dorian Plumley was the other one. I'm sorry. Those 7 young men to be 17-4 over the past 4 years, and their 4 losses were to 4 ranked opponents by a total of 14 points. It's something to be very proud of the rest of their life.
And talking about that game, I mean, your defense stepped up time in, time again. I mean, 4 interceptions, including 2 pick sixes. That part hasn't been done since you guys were in D2 program. Just talk about the effort that the defense had on that game.
Yeah, sometimes there's just games where if you're going to win championships, one side of the ball or the other, it may just not be your day, right? And, we were able to do that. Very proud of our young men. We came in on Friday and we just really simplified what we were going to do. And, I just told them, I said, look, it's a player's game, and we're going to try to put you guys in position to be able to make plays. And, that is the fashion of those. I mean, the play that Zion made and the interception that Dorian made for touchdowns were incredible plays, and very proud of the way our defense played. And if you really look at it over the course of our 5 home games, I think we have forced 16 turnovers, and we've only turned the ball over 6 times. We're plus 10 in the turnover ratio. And I think that's in our 6 wins. I'm sorry, not home games, but our 6 wins this season. So they're starting to become a formula to winning. And when we force turnovers and we take care of the ball offensively, I've said it all year long, we're really hard to beat.
And it was as balanced as you could pretty much get on the offensive side, about 200 yards for both on the ground and in the air. How does that keep other teams from guessing what you're going to do on the offensive side?
Yeah, I think we're kind of a different matchup for people. I mean, it's not just one guy at wide receiver. It's not just one guy at tight end. It's not just one running back that you can focus on. So I think being able to spread the football around to different guys that can make plays at various times throughout the course of the game, you have to be able to defend multiple players. You can't just say, hey, we're going to bracket this guy, or hey, we're going to load the box and take away this running back. So I think that's what makes the diversity of our offense is what makes us difficult to defend.
And it wasn't necessarily the prettiest game, wasn't the most high scoring, but it was a gritty, tough it out kind of a win. How good is that to see from your team, especially with this late in the year where it's going to be games like that you're going to need to win?
Well, it's why we build our team the way that we build our team. When you look at all the way across the country, there's just games where you've got to grind it out. And look back at our season a year ago and the year before that, there's just certain games where you have to rely on your discipline and your toughness, stay the course, just keep trying to, make plays. And that's really what happened on Saturday. And we made the plays at the right time. And that's what it's going to take to be able to go on the road the next couple of weeks and win a championship.
And how much does that help playing a game like that? How does that help with the confidence of the team saying, we know we can win these gritty games because you've done it the last couple of weeks?
Yeah.
How does that build confidence later into the season?
Well, I really look at, for guys to be honest with themselves and go, you know what, we didn't play up to the level of our own expectations that we have for our football program. And I think you got to look at it and you got to grow from it more than anything. If you don't, you can't just sit there and roll the ball out. You have to respect everyone. We fear no one, but we have to have respect for every opponent that we play. And you have to show up, and it's just football's a game of passion. It's a game of mental intensity, and you have to be able to elevate that in order to be successful.
And you've talked about your goals all season long. You've officially achieved one of those goals, going undefeated at home this season. First time I think you've done that as a head coach. Talk about how special that is to send that message for so many years, and now it's finally been achieved.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's something that we're proud of, and really we've already moved on. We'll celebrate that after the season is over. The way we've looked at it, we're set there, and we've already heading into the month of November. We said, look, that the playoff begins in the month of November for us, and every game that you win, the next game is the biggest game of the year. This game coming up is the biggest game of the year for us to this point, and that's the way that we're going to approach it, and we're taking them one at a time, and we're putting all of our eggs in our basket this week to be able to go on the road and win a football game.
And now you finish your season on the road, which it's no secret it's been a struggle for you guys this season on the road. So what are you guys looking to do to make sure that you're able to finish that season strong?
Yeah, I think there's times where it's been a struggle. There's times where we've played pretty well at times. So we've done it every year that I've been here, and where we've gone on the road. We were on the road last year. We had to go and beat the defending champion. We had to go on the road and beat the runner-up. We did. My first year here, we had to go on the road and beat Sam Houston. We had to go on the road and beat Tarleton to play Stephen F. Austin for the championship my first year here. So we know what it takes to do that. It's just a matter of focusing on, what we do, how we do it, and do it at a very high level.
You talked about some of those wins. I know there's not a ton of guys from last year's team, but how important is it to have those guys that know how to win on the road to end the season?
That's right. I mean, we probably played one of our most complete games on the road at West Georgia. So our guys know how to do it, and they know what it takes. It's just a matter of doing it. And we got two teams that we have great respect for to finish the season. And like I said, it's just about, there's no shortcuts. The secret's in the dirt. You have to, which is just our preparation, the way we do things. And we got to do it the best we've done it all year long.
Coach, you have two more opportunities. You get to go and play these teams, these two conference games on the road. The change in vocabulary, having the opportunity to do something, to get to do something, that this game is the most important game of the year, every game. How does that shift, that change in vocabulary affect a winning mindset for a football team?
Well, it really, I just started, our open date, I think, came at the right time. So I was able to basically set the stage for here's where we're headed. We were moving into the month of November, obviously with a really good Tarleton football team, a team in Utah Tech that we have respect for, and their coaching and the job that those guys do. And the same thing for Eastern Kentucky as well as Central Arkansas. So we just kind of looked at the entire month of November and just said here at the end of the day, okay, here's what it's going to take for us to be able to make this a season that you guys will remember for the rest of your life. And we laid out a plan, and now it's just a matter of sticking to the plan. Like I say, the language changes somewhat because why? You went undefeated at home, but you're playing meaningful football. You're playing for a championship. You're playing for an opportunity to go and play for a national championship. And so you either have what it takes to go and get that done or you don't. And so we've challenged our team and challenged our players that, look, we got to have the best week of practice that we've had all year long, and here's what's at stake, and we don't shy away from that. I was asked the question the other day, you talk a lot about championships, and I'm going, if you're going to leave your legacy, you got to aim for the highest cloud, and our players are trying to leave their legacy on ACU football.
I mean, what these guys are able to do, how are they? It was 14-7 at halftime. Then you guys outscore them 17-3 in the second half. I mean, that feels like two different ball games there. The amount of different ways these guys are able to win football games. I mean, how are they able to do that?
Yeah, I think it's just you just have to, number one, you have to have great belief in yourself. You have to have great belief in your teammates. You have to have great belief in your staff and the scheme, and you got to just allow it to work. And that thing, it works when each one of those young men, they execute their assignments, and when you do it then things start to click, and that's really all that happened in the second half. The 4 turnovers throughout the course of the game were huge, and then we were able to make some timely plays in the second half to be able to secure the victory. So we just got to continue to improve. I really believe, and I still believe this, we have not played our best football yet consistently, and that's really the message.
Why do these guys, why is everybody on that team just able to reach for the highest cloud possible?
Well, I think it's just, that you can always tell when your team is listening to what you're saying, and are they getting the messages when they start sounding like they're assistant coaches, because we have a plan, a definitive plan heading into each and every year. These guys have been working toward that since January. And now it's all for really the next couple of weeks is what it's all about. There's a lot of football teams across America right now that going into week 11 and week 10, week 11 and week 12, they don't have much to play for. And so we're a program that's blessed and excited for the opportunity to have 2 more chances to be able to leave the legacy of their football team of the 2025 season.
Man, I love it here. Thank you so much for your time,
You bet.
Coach.
Thank you, bud.